Hey. Oh, it's like glitchy. Is that working? Hey, everybody. Hopefully, let me look. It looks like the little audio thing is bouncing, so I think my audio is on. And my video glitched for a second, but I think we're good. All right, cool. Hope everybody's doing well. Audio's on, good. Hello everybody. Some names. I think I remember seeing Tanuki Zoot a while back. Hello, welcome. Samples and Tests and Mason and Shane and who else? And Shep and oh boy, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. You have to let me know how bad I do. Olaulua. That's a tough one. I apologize. I'm sure that was hideous. But hello, thank you for being here. Did I get everybody? All right. Hello, everyone. It's been, I don't know. I hope that your week has been a good week. I know many of you are not here in the US, but it was the 4th of July week. So lots of Tanuki Zoo, former author of LJ Online articles. Well, hello, and yeah, blast from the past indeed. Gosh, I miss the old Linux journal. I really do. Some of my favorite times in my career, life, career time, career memories. I don't know. I just loved working at Linux journal. Thankfully, I'm still connected with a lot of the staff when we were, a little tiny magazine. But anyway, yeah, good to see you. Oh, thank you, my friend. It's been a week. So 4th of July is our Independence Day, like the birthday of the United States here, which means fireworks. And maybe that's why this week was so non-productive for me. Fireworks going, and because this week, 4th of July landed on a Tuesday. Obviously, the 4th of July is a different day every year, but the 4th of July is the holiday. And so it landed on a Tuesday. That meant that it didn't really hit one specific weekend perfectly. If it's on like a Friday or a Monday, it kind of goes along with the weekend. On a Tuesday, it kind of went with the weekend before. But anyway, basically, there's fireworks for days all over. And our grandpuppy who lives with us just is terrified of fireworks. So for the first half of the week, it was a wreck. So anyway, Mason, you hit the nail on the head. I'm old. We've had a lot of animals. When our house burned down in 2010, we lost all of our dogs, but we have more dogs now. And our one of our grandpuppies lives with us because my daughter lives with us now. And we've had dogs that are afraid of fireworks and thunderstorms. We've had dogs that aren't fazed by it at all. But we have never had a dog like Millie, our grandpuppy, who is absolutely terrified of fireworks. I mean, she just shakes like she hears one tiny pop in the distance and she shakes uncontrollably. She drools, she pants, she sheds for some reason. Like she sheds a lot when the fireworks happen. I don't know if that's how that her hair is released during that, but it's just the weirdest thing. So it's been rough. This year was better than last year. Last year was even worse. She just uncontrollable drooling and panting for basically 2 days straight all night. It was terrible. Also, our neighbors last year lit fireworks off. We live in a like downtown area. I mean, we live a couple blocks from actual downtown, and it's a small town, but houses are very close together. We're in a city block, and just down the street, neighbors last year lit fireworks off until like 2 or 3 in the morning. So it was miserable. This year they stopped at about 11 p.m. So that was kind of them. And it was still rough though. It was still a rough week. So I didn't get much done. I don't know. I want to figure out some sort of a production calendar. And I know we've talked about that for months now, but I feel like I need to have a weekly deadline because I'll be honest, I want to get Linux Plus done. I just want to get it over with. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, Mason has a mini dachshund and she just won't stop shaking for hours. Yeah, it's just so rough. The fireworks. Some dogs are fine. Some dogs are not fine. Um, my mother-in-law has had mini dachshunds ever since I've known her. Um, I hope that your mini dachshund is wonderful. I've had mixed experiences with mini dachshunds over the years. So yeah, yeah. Our grandpuppy, the one who's afraid of everything. If you follow me on social media, she's the brown medium sized dog. She's half Australian Shepherd, half pit bull. Um, it's just weird how terrified of fireworks she is. We've never had a dog quite that scared. So anyway, that's been my week. Um, yeah, so they're not only legal. For a long time, Michigan was one of those states that you could have very, very um, mild, the Class D, I think is what they call them, fireworks, basically sparklers and the little fountains that, as long as they were stationary and sat on the ground and shot sparks up, those you could have. Anything that launched into the air were illegal. So bottle rockets, like rockets that fly up, even like a fountain that shot things into the air, they were illegal. Like for the past like forever, like my whole childhood and young adulthood. But like 2 or 3 years ago, I think in an attempt to stimulate the economy, they basically opened the door in Michigan so that like basically everything is legal now. It used to be the thing where in order to get illegal fireworks, you would drive to the border of Indiana down to Indiana or Ohio where fireworks were legal and you would buy them right there were all these fireworks stands like right across the border in the other state and you would buy them and you would drive them back. They couldn't be sold in Michigan, but it's not like a highly uh, prosecuted crime. So generally people will just go to another state, buy the fireworks and bring them back. But now they're all legal here. So yeah, it's everything. I mean, rockets and Roman candles and firecrackers and just everything. So anyway, it makes it rough. And we live right downtown. I'm surprised that people um, fire things off. I mean, it's like hitting our car, and there's like, hot cardboard all over everyone's yard and roofs and stuff. It's just really bizarre. It's just really bizarre. Mason, yes, mini dachshunds are barkers. That is true. Can we can we resurrect the discussion of old iPad software from the last time a pair of iPad third gen tablet tried to jailbreak and failed? Oh, I haven't jailbroken an Apple device. Oh, Millie, we were talking about you, Milbert. I don't know. Can you see Millie? This is Millie. You just have to trust me. I guess the camera doesn't go down that far. Yeah, the fireworks have stopped, so she's happy. Yeah, I haven't jailbroken an Apple device in years. I used to do that because I would want to install things from the Cydia store, but I kind of feel like it's fallen off the wayside because the newer devices can't really be jailbroken, I don't think. And so yeah, I don't even know if is there still a jailbreak market for Apple devices? I honestly don't know. Oh, Mohammed. Oh, the first one, I don't, I'm sorry. I, I'm going to assume based on the other comments though, that was just kindness. Hello. Thank you. And yeah, I will keep going. Hopefully I'll start going again because, I don't know. It's been a slog this whole summer. If you've been following me, it's like, what happened to Sean? Well, he kind of just like fell off the production wagon. I don't know. I hope to get back on there soon. But I appreciate that. Uh, and Mason says that, yeah, it's getting harder and harder to do. You have to buy a newer iPad. So, and can the newer iPads be jailbroken? I wonder. Yeah, Cydia seems very neglected. So the last time I tried to install or to jailbreak a device and install something was, um, are you familiar? I don't remember the name of the program, but basically, forever messages, Blue Bubble Friends, iMessage or whatever on the Apple in the Apple world Like if you didn't have an Apple device, you could only text. You couldn't actually send iMessage things to somebody. But there was an app in the Cydia store that would remotely sync with a client. I don't remember if it was a specific client of theirs or if it like synced with some other chat protocol like Jabber or something. But it was this like cool program that would allow you to sync. And what I wanted to do was, have an old iPhone that I just left, on my desk or whatever, with iMessage and the Cydia installed like remote iMessage app or whatever. I think maybe it was web based. Maybe it did that. But I just wanted to be able to send iMessages from my Linux machine, in whatever app or I had to. But I could never get it. Like even the app in the Cydia store, like I did eventually get the Cydia store installed, but that app was not there anymore, even though, I don't know, it just, yeah, it feels really neglected. I remember. Yeah, that's where we left off last week, Mason, was the Plex wouldn't even work, but you did get Jellyfin working? Nice. Yeah, I love Jellyfin too. Like I said last week, the only frustration with Jellyfin, at least the last time I checked, is it doesn't allow for offline viewing. Like you can't download a copy of the video so you can play it, in an airplane or something. That isn't as huge of an issue for me, but it is for a lot of people. And so I don't know. I mean, Jellyfin even plays the AV1 codec, which last I knew, Plex can't handle the AV1 video codec at all, which is just bizarre to me. And also I read that Plex laid off a bunch of their staff, so that doesn't sound great either. But anyway, even program there is SDK, not backwards. Yeah. OS 10 really got big on like from one OS to another, things don't work. And like I did say last week, several of my Apple, I don't have any new Apple devices. And so a lot of my older computers, I can't update to the latest operating system. And so I can't install an app. Like for example, my Mac Mini here, is this running Ventura? Maybe this one does. Oh, hold on, I can't. Maybe it's not working. No. Okay, there's that. If this is Ventura, click. Yeah, it is Ventura. So I could run the on this Mac that I have on my desk, I could run Ivory, the Mastodon client. I don't know why I don't have it there. I should totally have that installed, and I don't. What is wrong with me? I just don't know. Oh, it says there's a software update available. Oh, well, it's restarting now, so I can't look. Sorry, no distraction. I stopped carrying a Flex after people paid a lifetime subscription and decided to take that away from them. Whoa. Did this happen? Because I have a lifetime subscription to Plex that I've had ever since before anybody knew what Plex was. And mine still works. I wonder at some point, did they put a caveat in the license so that they could take it away? Because that's really strange. I kind of want to log in and look now. Do I still have? I have to. What is it? Plex.tv? Plex.tv. I'm not brave enough to always show what I'm logging into on the screen. All right, my account settings. Oh, it all looks new. They have a new website design. Lifetime Plex Pass. That's what it says. Yeah, it just says lifetime Plex Pass. So I guess that's good. That sucks though if they like took it away from people. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, Plex itself works for free, but like if you wanted to if you want to share with people, I think like with other people, I think you have to have Plex Pass. There's some other things too that Plex Pass gives you that if you don't have Plex Pass, you can't do. I know Plex Pass gives you free access to the mobile program. Yeah, I don't know. And maybe, I mean, it could be, like I said, maybe at some point the lifetime subscriptions had a caveat that they could change it. I wonder if they still offer lifetime subscriptions. I don't know. Like I said, I got mine, like, I don't know what it costs now, but I think I paid $75 for it back in the day. Oh, you can see Millie. That's Millie back there. Millie. Good girl. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I interrupt you from sniffing? Yeah. So I still use Plex only because the people who I share my stuff with, like, my family and some friends. Thank you. Yeah, she's a pretty nice dog. My grand puppy. Um, they're all using Plex. I could use Jellyfin, but then I'd have to like set everybody up again and explain to them how to get Jellyfin on their thing. And I know that I'm pretty sure there's a Jellyfin Roku app now. Um, I don't know if there's a Jellyfin app for Apple TV. I don't know about that one. But anyway. Yeah, I know Millie. See, she wants me to take her out. That's why she's here. But I can't do that because I'm live streaming. I could do the thing where I go remote, but I don't remember. Does that work? I think that works. I could go remote. Let me go remote, Milbert. See if I can do it. Okay. I'm trying. I'm trying, Millie. All right. I'm opening up Lyrics right now. Lyrics is the app. All right. Big Tofu. That's the name of this computer. All right. All right. Bum, ba, bum, bum. And I have the audio coming out of OBS, so that should work. Let's see. Oh. Oh. Oh, why didn't it work? Kind of bummed. Incoming Lyrics. Let's see. SRT. Got 5.2. .52. Isn't this 5.2? Is this .52? Ping. Big Tofu. Oh, why is it only connected with IP version 6? .152. Why am I only connected with... No, I should be connected with that. Well, this is unsettling. Connection. Big Tofu, 8999. 8999. Load listener. Yes. Okay. Okay. Well, I don't know. Apparently, sorry, Millie, got to pee your pants. Oh, let's see. Hey, I'm starting to find a way of. I got a real question here. I'm trying to start to find a way of monitoring server hard disks. I have a couple of RAID on a server with the SSI. I don't know how to get the physical disks IOPS. So are you trying to get the physical disks from ESXi, right? A couple of RAID on a server with the are they hardware RAID, software RAID? And if they're running on ESXi, you probably have to log directly into that. Oh, gosh, I haven't done that in a long time. Is ESXi still running Red Hat? God, see how long it's been. I don't honestly even remember. It's been so long since I used ESXi. I mean, you could use command line tools, but as far as pulling something from there, I don't know. Do you have the license for like, does vSphere give you information on that? It feels like vSphere would like show you the physical disks. Maybe not. Oh, sorry. Or some of all the VM's disk utilization, I think is the best way of doing it. No, you should be able to log into the ESXi server on the command line at the very least and get some information. But it feels like, okay, hardware RAID. So then it would just see it as a single drive, probably. But vSphere, even, you still don't have to pay for vSphere for just one server, right? So you could log in, you probably get like good graphs and stuff, I would assume. Hi, Caesar. Hello hello Twitch from here. I gotta think that vSphere has some information on hard drives. Otherwise, I would just try to log into the actual ESXi box itself and see what sort of, I mean, at the very least, do, df-h and see if you can see how much disk space is used on the device. It'd probably be, I don't even remember what they come through as a hard. I haven't used hardware RAID since like 2003, honestly. Um, just to see what kind of devices they come through as and see if you can see that information. Then you could probably install something on the local ESXi drive. Um, I don't know. I honestly, if it's production, it would scare me to play with. But at the very least, maybe you could put ESXi in a VM and play with that and see if you can get information from the underlying bare metal hardware. All right, we got to figure this out because Millie has really got to pee. Otherwise, I'm just gonna have to put everybody on hold, and that doesn't seem very kind. All right, Millie, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. OBS. I want to edit that. Connections. There we go. Edit. All right, instead of spelling it out, I'm going to type in the IP address here. Whoa. Which is, all right, Milbert, hang on. 192.168.1.52. All right, let's try that. Update. All right, back. All right, is it going to work? Haha, all right. All right. Now I'm curious if it worked. Let me stop this. Let's see if we can get back to where we were. All right. No audio. Well, that just stinks. I wonder why there was no. You have no idea what I said then. I am so sorry. You got to see the dog. I really thought I had it going. Apparently, I'm catching the output for the monitor, but I didn't have that on the monitor, maybe? I bet that's what it is. Because I could see the audio bouncing in OBS, but I don't have that going to the monitor, I think. Let's see, incoming lyrics, monitor off. Let's do monitor and output. Close that. This is just a test. I'm not going to go for a walk again, but let's see if you can see this. Lyrics. I'm going to mute this. All right. Can you hear this now? My regular microphone is muted, but now I'm getting double bouncing in there. Did that audio work? Or did it work that time? Go away, go away. One of these days we'll get the mobile cam thing down. Let's see. Okay, so the audio worked. The audio worked there. All right. Well, now I know. Next time Millie has to... So, okay, I'll give you a rundown of what we did. We walked out. We put a harness on Millie, which you saw probably. Took Millie outside. I was explaining that, oops, you saw my address because I accidentally popped that in the camera. I need to paint the roof of the porch because I didn't notice the paint's peeling up there. I then flipped the camera around. You saw Millie. You saw our yard, which needs to be mowed. Then I gave Millie some privacy while she pooped. Then we came back inside, had some dog treats. You got to see the other grandpuppy who is visiting, who doesn't live here but is visiting. The other puppy that was there is Millie's sister, Gemma. And then I was going to go upstairs, but the dog, which you obviously didn't hear barking, Zoe in the backyard, she's our old dog. She's almost deaf, but she was barking. So that's why we went to the back door and then let the old dogs in. And then we came back upstairs and now you're caught up. That's what everybody missed. So yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. More background noise, but the audio came through. So that definitely makes sense because the audio through, I mean, this is a really nice microphone and I have noise cancellation activated, et cetera, et cetera. The other was just the microphone on my phone and just kind of raw audio directly into OBS, unfiltered right into the stream. So it makes sense that it was UGLY. Oh, Sean's Discord is let's see, HTTPS /snarcode Discord. That'll take you right to our Discord. Oh, you child, hello, you child. Good to see you. Yeah, background noise again. That was because of the bad audio. What am I missed a bunch. What are we talking about? Posted what in random chat? I'm sorry, I missed stuff. I was gone for a long time. I'm glad you guys were talking while I was gone and silently taking the dog out. Shows grab. Oh, talking about ESXi. Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, posted a link to it. The Discord. I am bad about going to the Discord, but if there is a landing place where people go, that's it. There's no place that is more nerdling-y than the Nerdling Discord. For a long time, I wanted to do something different. Like, I thought maybe Discourse, like just a forum would be better. I don't know. Everybody seems to like Discord, so it is what it is. And it does integrate with things like Patreon supporters get like special tags and there's a couple Patreon only rooms and stuff like that. But yeah, I guess Discord is where it's at. I don't know. I'm all about self-hosting, but I I think Discourse, and it's a very similar name, but if you're not familiar with Discourse, it's a forum software that you can self-host, and it does have integrations, but it's not as smooth. So, anywho, I guess that's it. I'm so sorry that the going for a walk thing didn't work. That kind of stinks. I wonder why it wouldn't work until I disabled IP version 6. Okay, I don't know about y'all, but IP version 6, love the idea. Just love it. So many addresses, everything should be IP version 6. But since not everything is IP version 6, I find that it breaks stuff more often than it is awesome. That's just my personal experience. So yeah, ran Discourse for a while in our Docker community. It was ghost town for the most part. Yeah, that's the other thing. You know, our community is not necessarily big enough to keep something going. Whereas if people already have Discord installed and going other places, then you know it's just one more place they can come and check. So, what do I think about the new Threads by Meta? Not used it myself. People are saying it's going to be as big as Twitter. So, you child, if you child is still here, they can testify that I've been whining a lot this past week about all the social medias that are cropping up. Threads is, it's fine. It's just like Blue Sky, and it's just like Twitter, and it's just like Post News, and it's just like Hive, and it's just like, how many others are there? There's so many of them. It's like 2008 again. And yeah, you child can testify that I've been whining a lot about it. I'm just frustrated because they don't offer anything new. Now, Threads is supposedly going to get federated. I don't even know what that's going to look like. It works fine. They all work fine. Twitter doesn't work fine anymore. All the features are being, like chopped off being chopped off at the knees or whatever. Like, there's no API to Twitter anymore without, paying through the nose. And my coveted check mark is gone now. And so they're fine. The one that I wish would take off is Mastodon, because I think Mastodon is the only one that actually offers anything innovative. The idea of federation is very innovative. ActivityPub, I actually looked into it this week too. I looked into ActivityPub thinking I could, what would it take to, create something that would easily integrate into the Fediverse using, ActivityPub. It turns out ActivityPub is kind of a mess. It's a very loose set of standards, and if you want to be able to integrate with Mastodon, you have to use ActivityPub like Mastodon, and it's kind of messy. So anyway, the thing about Mastodon, it's not as user friendly because there are no billionaires backing it. In some ways, it's a nerdy place to be, and sometimes when nerds gather in groups, they tend to get very freedom is properly freedomed the way I do it to an obnoxious level, and so that can get frustrating. So I think the user experience on Mastodon isn't as smooth as the other new ones, but Mastodon just offers a lot. So anyway, I don't know. I don't think they are any different, to be quite honest. I think the reason Threads took off so quickly and it's so popular is because it just took all of your Instagram information and all of your Instagram followers and people that you followed, and it was just suddenly, now it's like it's your Instagram account, but it's your Threads account now with all the same people. So anyway, I don't know. Sorry, there were people were talking in here. I was just yammering on. The bird cam has not been posting the daily updates for the past few weeks. Oh, I did not know that. I wonder why. I'll have to look at it. Thank you, Samples on Test. I did not know that. As you can tell by I barely feed it or fill the feeder. I'm not as diligent about that as I hoped I was going to be this summer, but I will figure that out, because I really do have more cameras and more places I want to get it going, especially before winter, once the birds need the food. Oh, hey, Lewis. He said, not the first person to say that I'm happy version 6. Yeah, it's frustrating. Twit blue thread post. Yeah, yeah, you got that right. It's there's just too many, too many. Federated. Um, so federated is it's like generally right now it means non-centralized. So ActivityPub is the way that a Mastodon server interacts with other Mastodon servers. So even if like somebody is on mastodon.social, they can still see and interact with me on mastodon.nerdlings.net as if we were on the same server. And it's that in the background federation via ActivityPub communicating back and forth. Basically, that's the innovation, is that there's no centralized party that controls Mastodon, because it's more like email in that servers talk to each other and their users can interact with each other. But if one server goes offline, the rest of the servers aren't affected, other than the people that were using that server, are no longer accessible. And so that's kind of the brilliance behind it. ActivityPub and Federation are just the way that they communicate, and it's in real time, as opposed to, email is kind of in real time, I guess, but you don't normally, unless you hit refresh constantly, you don't normally see your email all the time right away. Whereas Mastodon and also others, Mastodon, Pleroma, what else is there? Friendster. Is it Friendster? No, Friendica. Not Friendster. That's old school. Friendica, Mastodon, Pleroma, Misskey. What are some others? And there's other things that are starting to integrate, like WordPress has some integration, but I had bad luck with that integration. But yeah, that's basically, it's decentralized. Whereas like Threads and Twitter and Blue Sky, they're all one server. They're all controlled by one server. Now, supposedly Threads is going to get federation access, which will ideally mean that anybody with a Mastodon account will be able to see and interact with people who are using Threads. My question is, will that mean that if you are chatting with somebody on the Threads app, you're like liking their stuff or retweeting or whatever it is you do in Federation space, which sounds Star Trekky, to a post, and you follow them, are you going to start to see ads injected from the Threads server along with the posts that those people make? That's where I could totally see that happening, because you don't have to follow them. But if you follow somebody who's using a Thread server, technologically, it would be super simple for Meta to inject ads coming from the people that you follow. So I could see them doing that. So not only their users see ads interspersed amongst their timeline, but they actually could send out ads to the rest of the Fediverse. And that would be sneaky, and I could totally see that happening, which means Meta could be making money from me and my usage of Mastodon on my own server just by seeing the ads that they could inject into the Threads users that I might be following. Isn't that kind of sneaky? I mean, they obviously have thought of that. So yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. Yeah, so I've heard a lot of analogies about Mastodon, but email and Mastodon makes the most sense to me as far as like how it actually works. And it even looks kind of similar. Like it looks like an email address, except there's an @ in front of the username too. So I'm like @SeanPowers with a 0 @nerdlings.net. That's my Mastodon, or that's my federated username. So if you want to follow me anywhere in the Federation, like I said, using Misskey or Pleroma or Mastodon, that is the address that you would use. And it's my username and then the server that I'm on, just like an email address is. Let's see, how can I have a string slow because of the disk or because of something else like CPU or RAM speed? Okay. So if this is just a generic answer. If you log into the ESXi command line, which again, I think it might be running Red Hat or something. I don't remember what it's running behind the scenes, but if you log into ESXi and you just run the top command, TOP, It'll show you all sorts of information. One of the things that it shows you is the IO weight, and I don't remember the initials along the top. Here, let's this side I don't mind sharing. Let's go down here. Let me hide this. If we just do top and here WA. So this WA field right here, this is weight, and what this means is the system is waiting for disk IO to finish for it to accomplish something. And that's not technically exactly what it means, but if you see a weight number that goes up, like it's sustained in the mid single digits, like, I mean, 5 is not great. You know, the higher it gets, the worse. And if it stays that way, it means that you are IO locked, meaning that slowness is because of hard drive access speed. Whereas if this is low and it's slow, your CPU might be pegged, or you might be, running into memory issues, memory issues here, that sort of a thing. There's probably videos in the course about this sort of thing, but the thing to look for is that weight. That's IO weight, and that will tell you if it's due to disk IO, if your system is like hanging or being super slow or annoyingly slow. So that's something to look at. There we go. So hopefully that helps. Maybe that wasn't exactly what you're looking for, but oh, I probably missed the earlier message about this. But hey, Scott, we also shop at, I don't know how to say it. I took German in school, so I'm trying to think, would it be Aldi? So AU is ow. Aldi? I can't think of in German. Who do we have? Who's here? No, we don't have. No, I don't think he's here. I don't want to necessarily call him out. But yeah. Aldi? What did I say first? Aldi or Aldi? Did I say Aldi? Aldi. Okay. All right. And I'm like, like people who, there's a lot of people here in the US who, the car company, they'll say Audi, AUDI. And I'm like, oh, no, 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 no. My German teacher would slap me in the head if I said Audi. It's clearly Audi. The AU is an ow sound. But Aldi. Okay. Most people here say Aldi, which I know is not right. And when I say it, I know it's not right, but that's generally what it's referred to here. Ich sprechen kleines Deutsch. But yeah, but Aldi is what we say here, even though I know it's wrong. So Aldi. Okay, cool. I missed some questions up there. Let's see, my question is whether Meta is going to make us shadow profiles for interactions with thread accounts like they are in general. I'm pretty sure yes. Make us shadow profiles. Oh, I don't know. I mean, imagine the worst thing that Meta could do with regard to people's privacy and data collection and usability. And that's probably what they're going to do. That just seems to be the de facto thing that, giant companies do these days. Bite Moose, the story with the green hair, I think it'll come back. I'm not sure exactly how green. So my daughter's getting married in October. And when I walk her down the aisle, the focus has to be on her and not on the crazy old guy with green hair. So the reason that my hair is standard human color now is because my daughter's getting married in October. And so after that, all bets are off and I'll do something with my hair. I really liked the green, so I'll probably go back there. But that's what the deal is with the lack of greenness now. Yeah. All I know is German is. So okay. I've probably told this story. So I took German in high school. I took 3 or 4 years of German in high school, which you would think would mean that I know a lot of Um, German, but I'm terrible. I know a lot of German words, but I'm terrible at conjugating verbs and stuff. So, like, I could say things that he wouldn't be angry if I called him out. Bjorn is German. He's not here right now, I don't think, but um, I could say a lot of words in German that a person who spoke German would probably understand what I was saying, but it would be such terrible grammar with the worst possible conjugation that I would be mortified to actually speak German to somebody who is a German speaker. But anyway, um, the when I was in school, I don't remember it. It's before my car accident, so I don't remember it. But as a high school kid, you can imagine all we wanted to do was learn to swear. And there was no internet because I'm almost 50. And so the best we could do is use our German dictionaries, paper, German English dictionaries, and look up the best thing we could come up with. Now, there were no swear words in there, but we found the word. I'm embarrassed to say this. We found the word dick and we found the word head, and we thought, oh, if we put this together, we're gonna be just the coolest swearing Germans ever. Well, a dick is another word for a detective, right? Like Dick Tracy. Um, and so we were, and literally the word is detective. So we were calling people Detective Kopf, thinking that we were so clever, and it was just the worst. We were just such idiots. But anyway, yeah, I never learned any swear words in German. But anyway, bum, bum, bum. Spot these days, we miss him. Spot is doing well. I did talk about a couple weeks ago where for the whole month of June, I was trying my best to wake up at 5 a.m. again because that's when I would draw my comic. And about 3 weeks into June, I started to get just sick, like physically sick from not enough sleep. I don't know, ever, maybe this is like my new life now, post having COVID, where I just need, 3 or 4 hours more sleep than I did before. So I haven't figured out a way to include letting Spot out of my brain and onto the Wacom tablet yet. I hope that happens soon because I miss drawing comics, and I have to actually get good at drawing again because we have a friend who sent crocheted characters to my granddaughter, and they have names and character profiles and um, people to do voices, and they want me to make an animated shorts or animated version of the stories with these characters. And so I have to bone up on drawing again because yeah, it feels like I really need to. So anyway, yeah, Spot is doing well, but I haven't figured out a way to to draw comics yet. I hope that there's a break in that where I can figure that out. Bum, bum, bum. Oh wait, oh, I missed something here. Um, are we talking about my daughter? Oh, so different daughter. Yes. So the one with bright red hair, that's my youngest. She does not have bright red hair now for the same reason I do not have green hair. She is growing her hair out for the wedding, and is not currently dyed at all. And so the two of us are extremely ordinary and plain, which is very unlike us. It's my middle daughter who is getting married in October. So yeah, different daughter, and we'll probably both have crazy hair mid October. uh, oh, I believe that. Yeah, like I said, we thought we were so clever, Detective Cough. How we didn't think that detective meant detective. I don't know what we were thinking. We weren't. We were just thought we were so clever. So yeah, kids. Ah, anyway. Amir, yeah, absolutely. I hope that was helpful. Yeah, I haven't used ESXi in a very long time. I use Proxmox these days. I used to use ESXi. I used ESXi in production when I worked at the school district years ago. Um, but I just had like multiple standalone ESXi servers. We couldn't afford the licensing for vSphere connection with all of them. So they were just all the free version of ESXi, independent without a centralized control. So there was no migrating. I just like pre-planned where I was going to put the VMs and I would install them on the servers. Um, but these days I use Proxmox for my stuff. And there's so a lot of people now use Proxmox. What is the other one? It's like Zen XG or something. There's like another really good open source virtualization platform that actually isn't horribly limited like ESXi. Is it? Oh, what's his name on YouTube here? Another Michigander. Why can't I think of anybody's name? He has chili peppers in his Twitter username. He just merged with another company, Lawrence Systems. XCP-NG. Yes, that is the platform. Santiago, thank you. Yes, that's the platform. He's a huge fan of that. Tom Lawrence. Yeah. Thank you. I thought of his company name before he merged. I don't even know what it's called now. But he's a fellow Michigander. He's got long hair. He's a big fan of XCP-NG. I would not have ever come up with that. So thank you for that. That, or a lot of people use Proxmox. I don't think that Proxmox is necessarily better than the XCP-NG. Proxmox is just what I'm familiar with. And what I like about Proxmox is how easy it is to set up Ceph with it. So I have a 3 server cluster at my farm, connected to a 10 gig switch, and each of them has two 2 terabyte SSDs, and they all combine into one big Ceph FS pool, and it truly is highly available and and migrating back and forth is simple. It just works. It's so nice. So yeah, that's why I'm using Proxmox, just because I played with it for a while and then I liked it. Yeah, Tom and Jay from Linux TV we're all Michiganders. I've never met them. I'm pretty sure they've met each other. I'm kind of the new guy when it comes to the YouTube world, but I'm pretty sure they know each other better than they probably know who I am. I think that's probably the extent of it. I think Tom follows me on Twitter, which I'm not really on Twitter much anymore. I've never conversed with Jay at all. I just know of him as well. So yeah. Oh, production calendar. This was one of those, another one of those, Sean had a rough week, so let's just have fun and talk. But we did answer some Linux stuff. Oh, Jay used to use Tom's studio? Wow, I did not know that. Wow. I'm guessing they're both down in the Detroit area-ish. Most people who live in Michigan live in the Detroit area just because that's where the population center is. I mean, so this is this is the Michigan map, right? This whole area is the Detroit area. Generally about that far out is considered the like Detroit metropolitan area. Most people who live in Michigan live there. I live up here at the tip of the pinky finger. There's like a little bay right there, which you can see out my front window. Oh, I could have showed you when we went out with Millie. I used to live there at the tip of the middle finger. I don't live there anymore. We sold that house. Now I live over here. But yeah, most people live down there. I'm guessing they live near each other in Detroit. Yeah, Detroit area. I believe Tom does have a good video on that. They're smart guys. Both of them are really smart guys. What I like about the YouTube world is that at least I haven't felt a sense of competition. Like, oh, this guy's better than that guy. It's like, I mean, it's all like content you can watch. And a lot of times 2 people teaching the exact same topic is awesome because they have a slightly different way of describing it or slightly different example that might fit into your use case or into your like understanding a little better. So I really like that about um I really like that in terms of YouTube. Yeah, I really don't feel the competition there. Let's see. Oh, just when I tried to do the remote cam to take the dog out, for some reason my DNS was resolving my internal DNS records over IP version 6 instead of IP version 4. And so my phone, I had the connection to my computer mapped via DNS instead of IP. And it wouldn't connect because it was trying to connect to IP version 6. And for some reason it didn't do that. I don't know why it wouldn't do that. But anyway. Oh, nice to see the mitten. Wisconsin uses a hand. That's funny. That's funny that Wisconsin uses a hand. In fact, no, I guess I knew that there was like oh, who is the hand and the mitten? And I have to admit, I mean, Michigan, we look like a mitten. Like the Lower Peninsula looks like a mitten. Wisconsin, saying a hand, if it weren't for Michigan, I would get it. But I mean, that's tough that's tough, right? Anyway, y'all can be a hand. That's fine with me. I don't mind. How far is that in terms of hours? You mean like from the pinky to the thumb? So, depending on how fast you drive and what routes you take, if you start here in Petoskey, where I live, and you try to go down to Detroit, it's 5 hours is a good guesstimate. 5 hours driving. You can probably do it in 4, depending on what part of Petoskey you're coming from and what part of Detroit you're talking about. Because like the Detroit airport is not actually in Detroit. And so, anywhere between 4 and 6 hours, I think, from where I am to the Detroit area is a good rough guesstimate. Oh yes, I do still have the farm. That's where the data center with Proxmox is. And yeah, since we're getting more fine-tuned, I'll use my Wacom pen. So I live about here in Petoskey, and the farm in Brutus is going to be right here-ish. Probably right, well, a little bit, maybe here, about right here. Yeah. If you look on a map, it's the farm is in the town of Brutus, Brutus, and it's going to be right about here. And then Indian River, where we used to live, is about here. Yeah, that's about right. So this is Indian River. This is Brutus. And then I'm over here in Petoskey. And right above the pinky is where the Little Traverse Bay is. And now you know the geography of Michigan and my hand. Audi is Latin for listen. You hurt yourself. Oh. Now, I do know that Audi is a German company, though. So, so it's definitely Audi. Even if AUDI is Latin for listen, the company is a German company, and so I'm sure it's Audi. I'm very confident of that. Just like Volkswagen is actually Volkswagen, Audi is Audi. But people say Audi, and I'm a lover, not a hater. So, Arthi, am I saying that right? 2 A's, I'm not positive, but hello. My hair's not green anymore. Yes, I mentioned it earlier. So my daughter's getting married in October, and the focus needs to be on her when I walk her down the aisle, not on the old guy with green hair. So mid-October, something's crazy is going to happen. Yeah. Thank you. What up, from Michigan, showing the spot in the mitten. So people in the Upper Peninsula, both of the people that live in the UP, because there's not that many. The UP meaning the Upper Peninsula. Sometimes people do this because, it sort of looks sideways like that. Like this being the St. Ignace area, this being like the Keewaydin area. But this is a stretch, right? But sometimes people do this for the Upper Peninsula. It's not a gang sign. This is just Michigan on hands. So sometimes people do that. Most of the time people don't talk about the Upper Peninsula because not many people live there. It's gorgeous up there, though. I went to school up there. Let's see. Been talking about virtualization. Hyper-V is free. Yeah, I used Hyper-V when I worked at. We have like 1 minute, so I'll be quick. When I worked at Linux, no, not Linux Journal. When I worked at CBT Nuggets, Hyper-V was the virtualization platform that we used, and then we moved to a cloud platform that also used Hyper-V. So I am familiar with using Hyper-V, and it works fine too. And yeah, if you're in a Windows environment, it works really good. I mean, it boots and uses Linux just fine. So yeah, Hyper-V, you're right, that is free to use, and as long as you have Pro, I think like even like the Pro version of even the desktop Windows, you can still install Hyper-V and use it. Yeah, multiple teachers. I agree. Hi, Scott. I hope you made it home from Aldi, which we talked about. Enterprise clients using Hyper-V for huge infrastructure. Yes. Oh, I'm going to try to catch up and then I'm going to have to go because it's time and I don't want to keep anybody later. Door counting requires strategic thumb placement. Ludington is near the hand on the left. Oh, I don't remember. I'd have to look. I'd honestly have to look up Ludington on a map. I know it's not too far away, but I would have to look it up. How the world works in relation to body parts. Yeah, yeah. And then we won't talk about what Florida looks like. Audi, cool. And Coldwater. Oh, yeah, Coldwater. Yeah, Michigan people. We're all right. It's cold here a lot. I don't even anything in Spanish. Okay, great chat. Thanks. I hope I didn't miss anything. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your day. Everyone, thanks for hanging out with me. I'm sorry the audio didn't work. Next time, the audio is gonna work on the mobile phone visits to take the dog out or whatever. I mean, we did test it. We did get it to work. So I figured out why it wasn't working. Sorry about that. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for tuning in, even though we didn't really do much other than chat. Talked a little bit about virtualization. That's always fun. And yeah, hopefully I can stick to a production calendar because I want to get Linux Plus done. I want to do something else. That's why I want to get it done so I can do something else. I don't know what is going to be next, but I want to finish it. Doggone it. Have a good day. Remember to learn everything. Do what you love. And most importantly, be kind. And you've all been so kind. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.